Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnaz.
We still don't have mics hooked back up because we found out the problem was the cable. So I gotta order a new cable.
Like the splitter.
Yeah, so I'm just like... Everything doesn't work whenever we want it to.
Which it worked fine until we hooked up those little mini mics and it was just like...
Well, it worked like the first couple of times. And then it just like... We thought the mics, because they're super cheap. I thought the mics just went bad. I'm like, whatever. They sent me like 6 of them. I'll just put another one. Nope, cable. But anyways, today we'll be going over the film Pacific Rim Uprising. Normally we do a spoiler-free and spoiler video. This is just going to be spoilers. Don't feel like doing spoiler-free. If you want to know the spoiler-free, go watch it. It's an enjoyable movie.
Yes,
it has some problems, primarily with thin characters, but the action's really sweet. I like the monsters. The robots are cool. If you see the trailer, you're like, that seems up my alley. It probably is.
Definitely
Go watch it.
There's Superman punch. There's robots doing bad kicks. And
yeah, there's robots doing robot things. Monsters doing monster things.
And there's robots doing S&M things
guys,
with whips.
Bad guys. My easiest way to explain it is if you like Power Rangers, you're going to love it.
Okay, if you liked Power Rangers when you were a kid, not right now. When you remember them being cool.
Because this movie is more Power Rangers than the original.
Yeah.
Like, this is what the Power Ranger movie should have been, is this one. There's even, you know, I'll just wait, but we'll get to it. So, I definitely approve of the movie. You approve of the movie?
Yeah.
Alright, so go watch it. Alright, now, spoilers. We're just going to get into the film. So, for the plot, you remember the plot? I don't remember the plot.
Yes, it's been 10 years after the war.
10 years. We have John Bodega's character. Not sure why he's doing what he is. Like, they kind of give the hints that he was already kicked out of something.
He was kicked out of the academy for he got in a fight with his partner.
Yeah, so they're essentially, he's living in the decommissioned zones. And they're just partying up, trading, like, cars for Cheerios and food.
Oreos.
Yeah, there's like Oreos. What was a cereal? It was like Fruit Loops or something. Because he said they're just sniffing the box.
He's technically like a thief.
Yeah, because since he's worked with the Jaegers,
yeah.
He knows where the good stuff is, so he pretty much steals the parts for people, makes money off of it. Well, one of the situations goes bad, comes across the other sort of main character with the little girl. I don't remember her name. I don't remember anybody's name from this movie.
You don't need to. God, I hated them all.
Yeah, it's just that's how much like a lot of these characters remember, which is the issue.
All suddenly, Sons of Anarchy people don't seem that bad.
I still haven't even seen that.
Oh, that's not true. I remember one character's name, Mako. She was back in here.
Yeah, for like 10 minutes.
Which we'll get into that discussion. Because he had a fucking gravity beam, which he could have caught the helicopter with.
Right.
He saved
No,
her.
he got, yeah, this is safe. Nope, they go.
Or wait. Oh, click. Oh, caught her. Oh, let me set it down. Oh.
Maybe it would have damaged the ship or something? We don't know. We don't know how the inside of that little ball thing works.
Oh, yeah, because definitely falling to the ground, you know, would have been easier. No!
Mako dies. We'll just, if you haven't noticed. Her character's barely in it. She's the, like, stalker-ish character now. She's barely in the movie.
She's like she's technically like the main officer.
Well, she went from being, like, probably the coolest character in the first one, next to Riley.
Yeah.
To, just a side note. You had to give John Bodega's character a little bit more motivation in the movie.
By killing off Mako. Could have killed off anybody else.
I feel like you just couldn't just move with the story, just kept going with Mako.
Yeah.
He's still the most interesting person.
Yeah. It would have been amazing if him and Mako were drift compatible, which technically they should have been because they're family members, and they were fighting instead of that douchebag guy.
Yeah, I like how they kind of go into that where like not everybody's drift compatible. Like they kind of go into it a little bit more, which is nice because they have like that brain that everybody has to try to drift with, but she can't drift with it.
Yeah. Because
she's not compatible with the brain, but she works with some other people. But anyways, he finds the girl. She's building her own Jaeger scrapper. They take her for a test drive because they got caught by the Pan Pacific Defense Corps. And what was it? November Ajax is the Jaeger that they fight. she kind of gets the upper hand a little bit. He ends up tasering her. Then they get taken to the Defense Corps. He gets reinstated. She joins the academy, the Ranger Academy. And then, of course, like, bad stuff happens shortly thereafter. Because there's a whole little sub-arc with the drones, and then possibly making the Rangers obsolete because they'll all be remote controlled. But then the whole... Oh, Newts? It's Newt, right?
Don't even care. That pissed me off so much. Because that was so predictable. I seen that from like 10 miles away.
Yeah, especially like once they showed like him like still drifting with the part of the brain.
He's like,
he
hey,
still had
baby.
Yeah, he's just like, another night. He's like, why don't we just stay in tonight? Like, at that point, you know something was up. And then you, like, of course, the City of Fury, Bad Jaeger, has the Kaiju brain inside of it. And once that showed up, then you're like, okay, it's gotta be the drones, right? And they tried to make it seem like the girl that's pushing the drone program onto them is the bad guy, but we all know who was going to be running the scheme.
The one thing I really disliked about this movie is how predictable it was. Like, they were trying to make, like he said, the Asian girl, like, the bad character, but you knew. It's just, you know that's him. Like, you saw the first one, you know. And there's no way somebody who didn't see the first one was going to go watch the second one. That's like, why? God, it's like... It was stressful in that part. And like the other stressful thing was the characters. Didn't give two about any of them.
Well, none of the movie for the most part. Because you have like, she's interacting with some of the other cadets. And stuff happens. They go inside the Jaeger for random reasons. The one gets hurt. We try to build some stuff. And then the fight, like they all...
Like somewhere along the line, her and the other guy... Gosh, I forgot his name.
The Asian guy.
Yeah, the Asian guy. They were just like all suddenly, oh, now we're like really good friends and we're drift compatible. When literally 10 minutes ago you said she was drift compatible with nobody. Like,
yeah, and then there's the blonde girl that they get into a scuffle with. Friends all of a sudden. So yeah, like they try to build a little bit of stuff, but there's the thing that's about this movie that I like, but that's probably the reason why we have such thin characters, it's a very fast-paced movie and a lot happens in a short amount of time.
I feel like the wrong thing that they did is that they used kids as the main characters.
Well, I feel like they had too much going on for the amount of time span that they needed. Which is kind of the issue of like the Transformer films and such. Is there's just so much like they try to cram so much into a short amount of time. While the first movie, which was like kind of like the downfall of the first movie for a lot of people, is there's a lot of world building and build up to everything.
Yeah.
And so there isn't a whole crap ton of like action for the movie. While this one goes the opposite route, where we get a crap ton of action, and it tries to use the already established world as a pretense, and it doesn't really go too much into the new stuff. And what new stuff that they go into, they don't really fully explain as much, but it just keeps kind of moving the action. Yeah, that didn't really pan out as much. And then like the Kaiju blood is an explosive now.
Yeah, you mix with certain like rare earth elements and turns into like jet fuel.
Yeah, which the part where it initially hit my brain was you think, well, then when like they would use the plasma can and stuff, wouldn't the Kaiju just explode? But then I'm like, okay, it's a certain elements that kind of bypasses that. It was interesting. Like I kind of liked this little bit of a spin on that. Of course, for the most part, I didn't hate the plot. Like actually, no, I enjoyed the plot for the most part. What they were trying to do with the Jaeger, like the Kaiju's, and
I feel like we're just nitpicking at it.
Well, that's the thing. It's just like they don't really explain like how the Kaiju brains take over a Jaeger and turn everything and expands. Like they don't really get into that. It's just kind of best way to explain it. It's kind of like an old-fashioned Godzilla movie where you don't try to fight this shit. You just let it happen.
Yeah.
It's like when Godzilla got magnetic powers. How does he have these? We don't know, but it's cool. We're running with it.
He's got the force in him. You just go with it.
Yeah, so it's one of those movies like you have to shut your brain off a little bit. Because when you start trying to like pull things out of it, that's going to kind of dumb down the experience a little bit. Because, to me, to sum up this movie, because it's not as good as the original.
No, sadly it's not. But it's still enjoyable to the point where you should see it.
Well, because the thing is like the original Pacific Rim is so good because it's more of a homage to Saturday morning cartoons and TV shows like Power Rangers, Ultraman, Godzilla. They used to watch like on Fox and those random channels in the morning, and just like some of the old animes and stuff like that. While kind of being its own thing, this one is literally a Saturday morning cartoon.
But that's not a bad thing, though.
That's not a bad thing, because like you think of like Saturday morning cartoons, there isn't that much plot. A lot of the off characters aren't really developed very well, but the main characters, you get a little bit of build up throughout the story, and then there's fighting and cool stuff happens.
There's Superman Punch.
You don't think about it, you just let it happen.
There's Superman Punch. You can't go wrong with Superman Punch.
There's Superman Punch. Moving into the Kaijus and Jaegers, kind of my still same problem with the Jaegers is they all just look the same to me. The same thing problem I have with the trailer, same thing I still have with the movie, where they have like differences between them to kind of make them original, but overall design, they're all just very modernized robots.
It's Gundam.
They're pretty much Gundams, for the most part.
Although
they're cool Gundams. I still like them. It's just, compared to the original movie...
like some of them. Not all of them.
Oh, I thought they were all pretty cool.
Really, Steve? What's your special ability? I got a whip.
I like the electric whip. It's not his fault that he's the useless Jaeger. He got a couple of whips in and then just got like tossed across the city and called it a day.
Oh, and like on another thing, like character-wise, when that guy died, it made it seem like you should feel sorry for him. I was like, yes!
I'm supposed to feel sorry for him, but I'm like, which one was it that actually died?
When he finally died, I was like, yes!
Well, actually, that's kind of the cool thing. Is it actually went there.
He was the breast implant guy that died.
Oh, was it him?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's been like over a week now, and I was just like, when he died, I was like, hey, they all have helmets on. Faces, okay. Kaijus... Raijin was cool. Raijin was something that was very similar to the original movie, especially with the coloring.
Yeah.
Most everybody else, though, not really.
Yeah, they were different.
Well, they were different, but you know, like, how in the original film that, like, a lot of the, like, pretty much all the Kaijus had, like, glowing bits and, like, the tribal-looking symbols all over them that were illuminated and stuff like that. Raijin was really the only one that had it. They, like, barely had it.
That's not true. Every time he opened his mouth, it was glowing.
Yeah, but that was, like, kind of it. And to me, they didn't really seem quite as Pacific Rim-y as the original movie. Still cool, still very unique-looking kaijus. And I even like the fact that they combine, which was something different, where they use, like, the nanos and make the really big kaiju.
That was definitely different, for sure.
No, my favorite thing is that is still more Power Ranger than what we saw in the Power Ranger movie, because there's literally a Make My Monster Grow scene. That guy shows up, is like, these kaijus aren't going to really be able to deal with these Jaegers. Solving the problem? Make him bigger. You know what we didn't get in the original Power Ranger movie? Make my monster grow. We just had... Goldar was already big to begin with.
Now, when you're talking about the original Power Rangers movie, I'm thinking the 1990s.
Okay, 1990s. Okay. Well, technically, he wasn't small. Like, they went to the Zords.
It was a better
they never really just
movie.
straight up fought Ivan Ooze.
It was a better movie, Steve.
It was a better movie, but I'm just saying.
I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen that one.
I don't know, I still have it. I have it on VHS.
Oh, we should watch that high def quality.
You can get the DVD.
No. We gotta watch the high def quality VHS. Baby.
I think I would still rather watch it on VHS, personally.
Because the CGI will be amazing. Now, speaking of the CGI, though.
Great. Not really anything to complain about. Because again, like the Kaijus look cool, Jaegers look cool, the fighting was neat. It being during the day, I was kind of worried a little bit because pretty much all this movie happens during the day.
Unlike the last one.
Well, the last one, all the scenes were at night, which kind of helped with the illumination. Like maybe that's just my problem, is everything was during the day, so like them lighting up doesn't really show off as well. So that might be like a little nitpick. But the Jaeger fights, like the Jaeger on Jaeger fights were even cool. Like Obsidian Fury was sweet.
I really didn't like that guy.
I liked him. I especially liked it when he like uppercuts Gypsy into the building and just like.
Didn't like him. I didn't see that big hype about him. He was just like, he's okay.
He first shows up, he kicks some ass, and then second fight, he doesn't really do much. Oh, that was the other cool thing too. Is like they would repurpose other parts of the Jaegers. I think that was probably my favorite thing. Like when another useless Jaeger, Titan Redeemer, gets like just stepped on by the drone. So Bracer Phoenix, after its arm getting damaged, they takes the ball chain. I thought that was really neat. And then Gypsy Avenger takes the Obsidian Fury chain blades.
Well, it's like when that guy died, they're also trying to like, everyone's like, no. I'm like, okay, who's that guy? I don't ever remember seeing him at all. Why should I feel bad for you?
Well, yeah, it was just like you don't really develop anybody outside of the girl, John Bodega's character, a little bit of his
partner,
a little bit. I still don't know what the hell that triangle romance thing was about.
There was nothing there. She just kissed both of them and called it a day.
So that'll be expanded on in the next movie.
I do like.
We care.
I do like that they will throw a little thing for the next movie though. Is they're going to get the.
Well, that's kind of where everybody's thinking that might tie into Godzilla because they're going to different dimensions then. I really don't want it though. I don't need Godzilla being with Pacific Rim.
Now, I read online when they were going through the Kaiju list that somewhere in that thing, picture of Godzilla popped up. I tried looking for it, but he flew way too fast, so I did not notice it.
Yeah, it might be like you have to wait till it comes out on Blu-ray.
So you can pause it, yeah, and see.
Because like that's what I would want. I want like an homage, or like maybe like they find like the remnants of something like Godzilla. I think that would be cooler than actually having them fight Godzilla, because it just seems odd.
It would be amazing if they go in a hole and they like end up in a parallel universe, and it's like the 1960s Godzilla fighting King Kong. It's just like in the background.
That'd be great. Just the puppets.
Yeah.
Going to town on each other. Just like, what the hell's that over there? Oh, I'd love that. Like, that would be sweet. Like, just like something brief. I don't need them like fighting and being in a shared thing. Because it just doesn't really work. Like, there's too many hoops you have to jump through for that to happen.
Yeah, way too many.
Maybe like, it'd be like an animated one. That'd be kind of cool.
I would watch Pacific Rim animated.
I would too.
Because they can do so much more with it.
Good. It could be literally an anime. Not a CG one, though.
Oh.
Guys need to stop that.
Fantasy Star Online too.
The Godzilla anime. What the Ultraman anime is going to be is also going to be CG. I like my drawings. So yeah, if you guys haven't seen Pacific Rim, if we haven't ruined it enough for you guys, go watch it.
Definitely worth seeing, trust me.
Pretty much like another thing, all the previous characters are done still really well. Like especially the two scientists, the new and Herman.
Yeah, Herman.
Herman was cool. I liked Herman. I especially like the scene where they're in the elevator. They're all held at gunpoint, and the elevator just opens up. He's just beating the guy with his cane. Herman's the best character in the movie. I'm still sad there's still no Hannibal Chow throughout the entire movie.
Which is bull crap.
It is bull crap. I know Guillermo del Toro isn't tied to this anymore, but still bull crap.
Should have threw him in there.
Should have been some shoe references.
Well, it's not even that. It should have been like when they were going like into the little montage in the beginning of them selling stuff. He could have sold something to Hannibal Chow, you know.
Yeah.
Exchange something like that.
Like he didn't really need to be in the movie much, but just like tease me something, tickle my fancy a little bit.
But go see the movie. It's good.
Yep, I enjoyed it thoroughly. But what do you guys think of Pacific Rim Uprising? Please let us know in the comment section below. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.